Hey, it's the Reckless Retiree here, and today I am going to attempt to make hydrogen and fill balloons with hydrogen with my rig. I tried a couple times before this without success. Hopefully I have this new rig and it will work much better. Okay, so if you see my other videos, and if you haven't, you might want to look back. I have this rig for making hydrogen. This is a stainless steel pot full of aluminum. It's about 15 feet of light gauge aluminum foil, some aluminum cans and other aluminum pieces in there. And so what I'm going to do is I have this sealant, this gasket maker. I don't have the label available at this point, but anyway, you'll have to believe me. It's a liquid gasket maker. I'm going to coat the rim of this kettle and coat the rim of this lid. Once they are dry and tacky, as the directions say, I'm going to put them together. But before I put them together, I'm going to put 2 of those black caps, which is maybe a cup, 2 cups of lye in the water. And then I'm going to put the lid on. I'm going to load that lid up with lots of weight. Lots of weight. And that should hopefully, last time it didn't work because I had it too full of liquid, and so the liquid was coming out more than just as much as the gas was. This time I'm about a third of the way full of water. Hopefully that will give it room to react without all going up the tube. Anyway, here's the tube. It's going to the bubbler, which I have lowered the level of the liquid in the bubbler. I think that's going to be helpful also. And then from there it goes to my new storage device. So on the storage device, I have the gas coming in here, and then it can go either to here or to here. In this case, I have this valve closed, this valve open, and you can't see this right now, but this valve is also painted red, and that is to represent hot or explosive, if you will. And then in the barrel here, I have 2 bladders. Both of them are exercise balls, and the bottom one is red, and that's where the hydrogen's going to go. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to do this today, if I have enough time and wherewithal, but the upper ball is supposed to be filled with CO2, and I want to use the same rig, the same pot, but this time I'm going to fill it with vinegar, put vinegar and baking soda in there. I do the very same thing, quick slap on the lid. Hopefully the gas will bubble up through into the bubbler, and then in this case I'll have the blue valve open and the red valve shut. Now the blue ball will fill with CO2. And then close off all the valves, and then somewhere on this lid here, there it is, I have I think they call it a Schrader valve. It's from a bike inner tube. That's to pressurize the 55-gallon drum, the most of which I can pressurize it to is somewhere between 5 and 10 psi. You'll know when you get there because the bottom of the barrel bulges out. So anyway, there's this clamping ring right here. I'll put the top on once the balls are full, clamp it down real good, and then I'll pressurize it with the air compressor. Now I can use this valve, which is off of a helium tank, to fill up balloons. So then over here, I have a box full of balloons. I have some latex balloons, balloon in a balloon. The inner balloon would be hydrogen, the outer balloon would be CO2. This balloon I'm going to fill with just hydrogen, and the rest of these are Mylar balloons inside of one of these plastic helium balloons. And I'm going to fill up the inner one, the Mylar balloon, with hydrogen. And the clear balloon I'm going to fill with CO2. Either with the bladder in here, with the blue bladder that's filled with